Polish President Karol Nawrocki's visit to London made a big impression on the British, especially his strong words about Putin's Russia. In an interview with the British public broadcaster, the BBC, the president said bluntly that he does not trust Putin.
Today's Putin's Russia is always the threat for Poland, for Europe, for East Central Europe. In the history, we know only the Russia who is the threat. And even nowadays, in 21st century, after aggression on Ukraine, Russia is still a threat for Europe.
The British media also quoted the Polish president, who argues that the only salvation for Ukraine may be the implementation of the American leader's peace plan. Only Trump can stop Putin, Polish president tells BBC.
Donald Trump nowadays is only one leader who can solve this problem, and we have to support him in this process.
In the face of growing Russian aggression, President Karol Nawrocki is building strong alliances with the British, who are helping to strengthen NATO's eastern flank, and the countries of the region, and above all with Donald Trump, because the presence of American soldiers and equipment in our part of Europe is a guarantee of security. Karol Nawrocki knows history very well and knows that security is built not only with an army, but above all with a network of specific alliances. Washington, Rome, London and the Baltic states are key elements of the security architecture. Karol Nawrocki is sending a clear signal to our enemies that Poland is a global, active player. Strong alliances in Europe and close cooperation with Washington are the answer to the growing threat of Russian imperialism. It all comes together in an attempt to build lasting, strong alliances in the context of balancing threats, especially those coming from the East. All this against a background of the government's considerable passivity, which tends to hang on Germany's every word and has neither the will nor the capacity to act to empower Poland and create a certain strength for it on the international stage. Europe cannot defend itself, and the construction of the so-called European Union is still only a theory. And yet, just across our border, a regular war is being waged, and Russia is showing its criminal face every day. This time, its target is the residents of Kryvyi Rih in central Ukraine. The target was energy infrastructure. 45 residents have been left without heat. What we are seeing once again, unfortunately, is Russian policy, a policy of terror against citizens, civilians. No matter how you look at it, this is yet another example of the war crimes that the Russians have been committing since the beginning of this conflict. Strikes against civilians in the middle of winter. This is the tactic of the Kremlin's criminals. Among those affected by yesterday's Russian attacks on civilian neighborhoods in Kyiv was this woman's family. I am 8 months pregnant. I have a 3-year-old daughter, and we are without electricity and heating. But we are staying where we live. We want to live in Kyiv. We want to stay in Ukraine. The only hope for peace in Ukraine and security in Europe is Donald Trump's plan, in which President Nawrocki plays a major role. He is the most trusted ally of the United States, and the talks that President Nawrocki is conducting are intended to confirm our initiative to be an important, or the most important, player in this part of Europe. What is at stake in this geopolitical puzzle is the security of each and every one of us.